Hey guys, what's up? I'm re-uploading this video after it was taken down by Activision. I had to cut out a few parts visually, but everything I talk about is still there. All the information is still there. You just can't see the images that I took out for possibly getting my video taken down, including the logo. It was a fan-made logo, but it was close enough to the original logo that probably got hinged up for that. Also some images of the zombies menu, stuff like that. So I apologize, but regardless, I still hope you enjoy the video. Hey guys, what's up? This is COD News coming at you like a warhead to the forehead. Gonna be my biggest video of the month. Tons of info, tons of leaks, tons of stuff that's just happened in the past 5 days, including today. Now, if you want to go ahead and get caught up with the July news so far, I'll have my previous videos in the description. My last video will not be in the description because it was taken down by Activision, unfortunately, but I would still go check out my first two vids for July. Even if it's stuff that you've already seen or think you've already seen, I guarantee you I covered things that you missed because that's just how I do things on my channel. So please be sure to support this channel by subscribing and hitting that notification bell. And once you get done with that, let's get right into the news. I'm sure a lot of you have seen all the teaser marketing videos regarding Modern Warfare Season 5, and it shows a possible nuke going off in Warzone and the effects afterwards, which is something we've been predicting for a while. There's also a train that's coming that will possibly have loot on it, or will transport you out of the map, but either way, a nuke is going off and there's a train, and the date will be August 5th. But anyways, there's going to be another PlayStation event, State of Play, with more games, more footage, and we were kind of let down in May at their last event. We didn't really get anything Call of Duty related, which was kind of heartbreaking, but this upcoming event takes place on the 6th of August, one day after the start of Season 5. Season 5 starts August 5th, but there's news that's dropped in the past 48 hours that PlayStation's event could possibly get delayed to the 10th, but we will see. And Prototype Warehouse, who has leaked maps, images, all types of stuff, says that the reveal for COD 2020 will happen on August 5th, obviously through Warzone Season 5 in some way, and that there will be a beta in September, but then he says the game will release in December. Now, back when I was leaking stuff earlier this year, a lot of my sources said that December was just a backup release date if they couldn't get things going in time. Or if they couldn't catch up. But the last I heard, and the last a lot of people heard, they did catch up and the game is still on track to release in October. I even stated, like 10 videos back, that it would be released October 10th because the Easter eggs in Warzone that relate to the upcoming Call of Duty had Nilla folders and had clocks around them that said 10-10. All the clocks said 10-10. And as for the beta happening in September, that also coincides with the leaks from a month or two back, but recently has emerged that possibly a campaign demo will be put in its place, or along with it. The reason I'm bringing all this stuff up is because it sounds like he does have insiders, but he's reiterating information that he heard a while back, and just now feels comfortable enough to release it since we're so close. So it's not that it's wrong, it just seems a little outdated. But as for the reveal, Okami also iterates it'll be around the 5th. But as for a huge leak regarding zombies, this video was tagged to DK Dynamite and then promptly deleted. Now, this kid, we don't know who he is exactly. He seems to be the son of a tester for Call of Duty 2020's alpha, because the video the screenshots are from was taken by this kid's friend, and the kid tells him to stop, that his dad will be really mad and whatnot. So obviously the kid is not the tester, but it appears that his dad is. But we have Der Typhon, which means the deep, and it looks like there's a fair or a circus in the background with a merry-go-round and stuff. And then we have Transit 1982. Now, for those who didn't follow the leaks with Zombie Chronicles Part 2, they were supposed to release Zombie Chronicles 2 in Black Ops 4 near the end of its season, but what happened was Treyarch then got pulled to work on Call of Duty 2020, so instead they just took the Zombie Chronicles 2 maps they had already finished and released them individually towards the end of Black Ops 4, but they didn't release all of the maps. And one of the remakes was going to be Transit, which would have been amazing considering the original Transit was limited by the console generation it was released on. It was a part of the last Zombies game created in the PS3 and Xbox 360 generation, so to see that map and what it could have been on a current gen console would be amazing. But we didn't get that, so instead they postponed it, and now it appears they're going to finish it for the next generation of console, which makes me even more excited. But they're giving it a 1980s spin, so it's possibly not going to be a canon piece of the original lore, or at least not canon the way that you think, because this may not be a remake of the map, this could just be a reboot, because Zombies itself is getting rebooted. They're starting the story over. There's a possibility the story's beginnings will take place during the Cold War, possibly during Vietnam, or at least that's where the story will start off for us in the first couple of maps, instead of beginning in World War II like the previous Ether storyline. Which means we will probably have different characters in the new transit map along with new Easter eggs. It could also even have more places to stop, more areas to run around in. But if it does have any significant importance to any type of storyline in the zombies world, it'll be connected directly to the new Ether storyline, not the original story. But the next big chunk of news is leaked promotional images from Doritos. Now, considering Activision took down my last video, even though the images they took it down for were blurred in that video, I'm going to go ahead and not show these images in this video. But they confirm that it is called Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. This is what the logo looks like. This, of course, is a logo recreation that someone posted so that YouTubers could use it without getting their videos taken down. But this is pretty much exactly what it looks like. Now, the instructions on the back and all the other fine print states that these double XP promotional codes will go active on the 5th of October, which means that's either the midnight release of the game or a few days prior to the release of the game. Because these are not codes you put into your PlayStation or your Xbox. These are codes you enter on Doritos' website. In the past, they have done it where you enter codes early and you can build them up, and then when the game comes out, you have all that XP ready to go as soon as you pop the game in. And this coincides with the video I posted a while back that the hints they were dropping in Warzone were insinuating an October 10 midnight release. So that's just where I think it's going to happen. Next bit of info is info that went under the radar. So last week we saw that someone located COD 2020 on Battle.net. Makes sense considering people working from home. But if you look at the code, it switches between CIA, closed internal alpha, and RAW. Now, from what I found, RAW isn't an acronym like CIA. It represents something pre-alpha being tested, which means possibly there are still aspects of the game that are still in pre-alpha, even this close to release. But this could be anything from a couple of maps in pre-alpha or game modes that aren't intended to release until sometime later down the road after the game's initial release. So I'm not going to get too alarmed by it. But what this does seem to confirm is that content will release on a bi-monthly Battle Pass basis like Modern Warfare, because what better system to work in the favor of a game that's behind in certain aspects than the seasonal Battle Pass, which incrementally, consistently releases content as each piece gets finished. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is Modern Warfare 2 Remastered and how that ties into Season 5. Now, if you recall, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered campaign dropped and we never got the multiplayer. It's been completed, and then it was put on hiatus whether they should release it or not, and then they just decided that instead they were just going to release Modern Warfare 2 maps into Season 3 and 4 of Modern Warfare 2019. But with the COVID situation, even that got delayed, and we only got 1 or 2 of all the maps intended to release in Modern Warfare 2019. But recently, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered campaign became free on PlayStation Store, and the trailer for Season 5 of Warzone has dropped, showing the reveal of Shadow Company from Modern Warfare 2 being introduced to Redacted, and the list of operators. And it's narrated by General Shepard from Modern Warfare 2. Now, this means one of two things. The most likely answer is that they made Modern Warfare 2 Remastered campaign free for people to download so that they could become familiar with Shadow Company and also understand the voice in the Season 5 trailer's General Shepard and be able to appreciate how incredibly huge and exciting that is. And that they now have finally completed all the maps that were supposed to drop in the last 2 seasons, and they're going to drop in this particular season all at once. But that's if they were able to completely finish all those maps on that list. Keep in mind, around 5 months ago, we were told that they had around 30 maps to release, and leaks showed many of those maps were Modern Warfare 2 maps, or intended to be so. But in the past 5 months, we've only gotten between 10 or 15 new maps, max, and that's spread between tiny game mode maps like Gunfight. So unless they intend to have completed and release all at once 5 months worth of maps in one season, we're still probably going to be let down with how many maps we actually do end up getting in Season 5, let alone the number of Modern Warfare 2 maps. Which brings me to my next possible assumption. Modern Warfare 2 Remastered multiplayer was completed, and it was just halted from release. So, if they can't deliver all the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer maps to Modern Warfare 2019 like they said, it would seem like a possible outcome to just release the remastered multiplayer. The reason this is possible is because of the marketing strategy that it appears they are already using. Think about it. Modern Warfare and Warzone came out and you had to buy the game to play Warzone. And then eventually they made Warzone free, and people who had not purchased Modern Warfare got hooked on the free Warzone, and many were convinced and persuaded through playing Warzone to go ahead and buy the whole game for the rest of the multiplayer. And right now, Season 5 is about to drop. They just made Modern Warfare 2 Remastered campaign free to download. So if they get a lot of people to download Modern Warfare 2 campaign for free, then they drop the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered and continue advertising Modern Warfare 2 Remastered through Warzone like they advertised Modern Warfare 2019, they would persuade a lot of people to buy that multiplayer with the same marketing strategy. Even though we all know a lot of people would buy it regardless. And I know they say they don't want to split up the player base, but Call of Duty is at its largest player count in history at the moment. So even if it did get split up, every portion of the pie would be incredibly healthy. Last tidbit of info. the streamer Stephen L. Hornick has apparently accidentally stumbled into Season 5 version of Verdansk in Warzone. Now, you may recall this image right here showing open spaces inside the stadium, hinting that it'll be open and a place to get inside and hold down in Season 5. Now, in the streaming footage, the major difference you'll see is that there are no more trees in this area, and the trees that are still there are missing leaves, and they look dead and burnt to a crisp almost. The whole landscape is starting to change, but as he gets closer to the stadium, you can't really tell if there's any open areas. It doesn't really look like there is, and I don't think he actually went and tried to explore if he could get inside, unfortunately. All in all, not revealing anything too crazy, just a more open landscape. I personally think Season 5 will have 1 to 2 events that happen halfway through the season, and I think the map will change in a couple of ways before the end of Season 5. We know we got the train coming, and the nuke is possibly going to go off, and then of course by the release of COD 2020 the map is going to transition to Verdansk back in the 70s or 80s. Anyways, that was a lot. That was a big video. That was a lot of stuff. I hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. Please go check the previous videos so you can stay caught up. Please like, share, and subscribe. Keep the conversation going by commenting down below, and I will catch you guys next time.